guys? Welcome to module number 3. I'm Ben Malal, as you know, and today I want to talk about in this lesson about the Facebook Pixel, give you a quick introduction and maybe even amplify your knowledge if you're already aware of the Pixel, which most of you probably are. But there's a lot of misconceptions that comes from the Pixel in sort of from an algorithm point of view, an optimization point of view. So I just want to clear that up and essentially get everybody here on the same page. So even if you're not new to the Facebook Pixel, it is important that you go through this, in my opinion, because you might learn something that you haven't known. Now, first of all, what is the Facebook Pixel? The Facebook Pixel is essentially a piece of code, a tracking code that is installed on your entire website, and it's responsible for tracking specific actions that happen on your website. Like a purchase, like somebody that views a specific product page, like somebody that adds something to cart, initiates checkout, and so on and so on. Now, using the Facebook Pixel, because the Facebook Pixel is essentially what delivers data, what basically connects your website to Facebook. Okay, that's how Facebook know what's going on your website. That's all the data. It's basically the connecting point between your website and Facebook. And using that, you can create the simplest audiences to the most complex audiences. Like you can create an audience of anybody that visited the website because you have a Facebook Pixel there. You can create anybody that purchased, an audience of anybody that purchased anything on your website because the Facebook Pixel sends that info. You can create a complex audience, like anybody that added to cart but did not purchase. You can create a super complex audience, like anybody that visited the About Us page, has not visited the Contact Us page, but has initiated the checkout and has not purchased, for example. There's a lot to play with it, and we're gonna go over some basic fundamentals on it and tips and tricks that you can use that, in my opinion, are the most efficient for what we're doing, e-commerce, Shopify, dropshipping. And of course, the most powerful aspect of it is that it allows you to optimize for certain actions. So you want to get more purchases, you can optimize to get more purchases. Adds to cart, you can optimize to get more adds to cart. You can optimize to get more visitors. Now, a lot of you might ask, why would I ever optimize for an add to cart or a visitor if I can just optimize for a purchase? Which obviously we all want purchases. We don't care about the adds to cart or visitors, but there's a lot of reasoning to why it's not always the best idea to optimize for a purchase, and I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, it basically allows you to optimize because Facebook see and know what type of people buy from you or add to cart, and when you optimize for a purchase, the audience that you're targeting, it basically picks a segment of that audience and decides to show the ad to them. So with that being said, let's move on. Now, why do we really need the Facebook Pixel? Well, first of all, to track specific ad conversions, where they're coming from. This is how you can split those different types of ads and different demographics, because then you can see every ad, you can see what brought you better results, what's cheaper, what works, what doesn't. Because using the Facebook Pixel, it tracks all of those different metrics. You can optimize for a specific action, like I said before, like a purchase and add to cart, a register, whatever. Because what happens is that, again, it targets the audience, and then depending on what you're optimizing for, Facebook know what type of people to show your ad to out of that audience that you picked. You can use it to automatically build audiences, because if let's say you build an audience of all the purchases from your Facebook Pixel, that's going to automatically update every purchase that you get. So it's really, really efficient to build retargeting audiences, and anybody even that added to cart or whatever. You could create lookalike audiences, which is one of the biggest things, which you can take a custom audience and build a lookalike out of that, which is, let's say, all the people that bought something from you, and you create a custom audience. Let's say you have 2,000 people, you can create a lookalike out of that, which basically will give you a huge audience of people that are really closely similar to the people that bought from you. And that size depends on the country. It's basically 1 to 10% of the size of the country that you're building a lookalike from. But again, we're going to talk about that later. You can use it to run dynamic product ads, DPAs essentially, which is the one ad that changes it's an ad that is dynamic, so you can change the creative and the ad copy using only one ad without creating a lot of different ads. And access to Facebook Analytics. Without a Facebook Pixel, you cannot use Facebook Analytics because that's all of the data is actually coming to Facebook Analytics, which is basically like Google Analytics, but Facebook's type of it, side of it. And in my opinion, for Facebook advertisers, I've actually benefited more from Facebook Analytics, probably because it's already set up in a good way for a Facebook advertiser compared to Google Analytics, where it's a more broad, bigger, complex system. But yeah, obviously you need to have a Facebook pixel on your website. I just wanted to show you guys just a quick recap on what you can do with it, and of course how do you install it. Now there is plenty of different apps that you can use, from Trackify to Pixel Perfect, and like a few more that I know of. But honestly, we just installed it through the Shopify preferences if we're using Shopify. We used to not use it like this because it used to be buggy, but yeah, Shopify have improved it, and now we're noticing really good results with it. And unless you're doing really complex segmentations, then you should consider using Trackify or Pixel Perfect. We do use Trackify and or Pixel Perfect sometimes for very complex segmentations that we need to do, or optimizations. But I'm not going to touch on it because you really don't need to know that to be successful and to really scale to a good number. And yeah, that's all there is about the Pixel. So I'll see you guys in the next video.